Kellyanne, at today's press conference, Sean Spicer conflated the unsubstantiated claims that BuzzFeed released with what CNN reported. And I was surprised by that because he said BuzzFeed and CNN made the decision to run with the unsubstantiated claim. That's simply not true. I mean, what CNN said is that CNN is not reporting on details of that memo as it has not independently corroborated the specific allegations. Do you acknowledge here and now that CNN did not release the 35-page unsubstantiated claims against Donald Trump and it was misleading and untrue for Sean Spicer to suggest otherwise?
No, our incoming press secretary, Sean Spicer, was exactly right, as was the president-elect Anderson. CNN went first yesterday, and BuzzFeed went second.
We didn't report
CNN
what
released,
BuzzFeed reported.
I didn't say that you did, but you linked
Sean
to it
Spicer
in
said
your
we
story.
did.
Let me just tell you, Anderson, let's back up. I know CNN must be feeling the heat today of having a headline yesterday at around 6:30 p.m. that said, quote, Intel chiefs presented Trump with information that Russia could compromise. Russia had information to compromise him. That is just false. And as you saw through NBC News reports today, tweets from people at Politico, no friend of Donald Trump, and a lot of outlets, print and electronic outlets, so reluctant and hesitant to go forward with anything close to what CNN or BuzzFeed did.
Well,
I know you
again,
want to distance yourself from BuzzFeed, but you went first.
But
no,
you're
I'm conflating nothing.
what
I just
BuzzFeed
know what CNN did. Anderson, you know, you're a responsible journalist. You've gone all over the world. You're widely respected.
What's inaccurate about what
me.
CNN reported?
Oh, my goodness, the whole headline. You go read the entire story, 4 bylines, and a story that's just not true, that the president-elect was presented with this information, that it was appended in a 2-page document to the briefing. NBC has said it was not. Other people have said it was not.
NBC has said NBC has said it was not verbally presented, and CNN never said it was verbally presented. In fact, we said CNN in their reporting, based on multiple sources, said we don't know if it was verbally presented. What CNN said was, and I quote, classified documents presented last week to President Obama and President-elect Trump included allegations that Russian operatives claimed to have compromising personal and financial information about Mr. Trump. Multiple U.S. officials with direct knowledge of the briefings tell CNN.
Anderson, your sources are not correct. And the fact is
so
that
you're saying in that intelligence briefing, there was no information in any of the documents that's of that 2-page summary.
So 2 things on that. Number one, we don't discuss the classified information that is presented in intelligence briefings.
Well, you just said it wasn't
true. That's why they're closed door. Excuse me, but Anderson, if you want me to talk, I know CNN is feeling the heat today. But I was gracious enough to come on and discuss it. We feel it. What heat do we feel? That you've got this raw information, this complete ridiculous fake news. Actually, it's just fake. It's not
actually
even
been
news.
Backed up by not only multiple
word.
sources, but other news agencies, New York Times,
okay,
Washington.
Well, you're just, I'm surprised you just want to argue with me. It has not been backed up by credible news sources, and you know as well as I do that these rumors were running around for months. Every news outlet was chasing these rumors
we're
for
not
months and
we're not
decided
reporting rumors.
not to. Anderson, because CNN went first and had this breathless report, you know, everybody said it was a bombshell, earth-shattering report last night.
We didn't say it was a bombshell.
BuzzFeed then went ahead. But yes, he did. Yes, he did. It says right here, Intel chiefs presented Trump with claims of Russian effort to compromise him.
Where's
That's
the word
not
bombshell?
true. Your headline is wrong. Well, then Seth Meyer said that he confronted me on the bombshell. None of it is true.
Well,
and I think
I'm sorry
a day
what Seth Meyer
later,
said
can
to
you tell me that you would? Can you tell me would you run the same story today, knowing what you know, everything that's happened? Because
absolutely.
You would, wow, because the executive editor of the New York Times said they saw this information and decided they couldn't corroborate, they couldn't verify it.
They're talking about the BuzzFeed story.
And so are you. You linked to the. Then why do you link to the BuzzFeed story in your report?
We said we cannot corroborate. We're not reporting what they released.
Even link
in
it?
fact, Jake Tapper has been very critical
of
what BuzzFeed has done.
If you couldn't corroborate it, why would you even link to it? Why are you linking to fake news?
We did not link to it.
Why are you linking to stuff? You know the Michael Cohen who is mentioned in that report is not the Michael Cohen who works at the Trump Organization. This Michael Cohen,
never said
Michael
he
D. Cohen,
was.
has never been. You're linking to the BuzzFeed report. You
We're
guys
not linking to the BuzzFeed report.
It's mentioned in here. I'm looking at the updated CNN report. I read it right before we came on air. And absolutely, you know, people are going to. Why did you run a story? Why run a story based on anonymous sourcing that now has been rebutted about a 2-page appendix that?
So you're saying there was no. You're saying that there was no 2-page summary that was included in briefing materials.
the president-elect was asked that question today. You should refer to his answer, but I will tell you.
Well, no, you can answer
lower
it.
level.
He said.
No, I wasn't in the briefing.
Okay, so you can't say whether or not. You're saying it's not true, but you're saying also
What
you
did the
can't
president-elect say today when he was asked?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, then you didn't pay attention to the attention to the press conference. You're relying on CNN, on verified sources.
Actually, I just watched the press
this
conference. I just don't want to misquote the president-elect. I assume you know what the president-elect said today.
I sure do. And
He
I
said
hope
he
your
doesn't
viewers
want to
will.
talk
I doubt
about.
they'll learn it on CNN.
He said he doesn't want to talk about. He won't talk about what happened in intelligence briefings. But
Right,
if
he shouldn't. It's called
Right.
an intelligence briefing. Anderson, are you comfortable that?
But if this didn't happen in an intelligence briefing,
quote,
then you can talk
officials-
about it. If this
Are
wasn't
you
part of the brief,
comfortable?
if this wasn't part of, I'm sorry to talk over you.
Were
Go ahead.
your four journalists in the intelligence briefing? Were the officials who leaked to the media in the intelligence briefing? No.
So on the one
no.
hand,
there were
right,
four
but Kellyanne,
intelligence officials and the briefer.
But what you're saying doesn't make sense. On the one hand, you're saying our reporting is inaccurate. On the other hand, you're saying you don't know if it was in the intelligence briefing, and you can't say even if you did know, right?
I can tell you that credible news reports today say that it was not in there.
An
The
NBC News
president-elect
report
and others
based
who
on
were in the
one
briefing-
source. An NBC News report based on one source.
And what is yours based on?
Multiple sources, and the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal as well say it.
No, excuse me. You know who the person who put this collection of raw material is, right?
We're
He
not
hired by
reporting that
Democrats.
raw material. We're not reporting that this person. We're not basing our reporting on what this person did. Of course, it was opposition research. CNN is not BuzzFeed. I just wish you guys would acknowledge and just be straightforward. I get why politically it makes sense for you to link CNN with what BuzzFeed did, but as Jake Tapper has repeatedly said on the air, he doesn't approve. He's one of the reporters on this. He certainly doesn't approve of what BuzzFeed did. I certainly would not have dumped all this unsubstantiated allegations. I think it's unfair.
But now that it's out there, CNN's all too happy to refer to it, aren't you?
We're not reporting
Look,
it. No, we've
BuzzFeed-
mentioned none of it on the air. We have not talked about any details on the air.
It's on your website. But anyway, it's on CNN.com. But here's the thing, now it'll get lots of clicks. Here's the thing.
I encourage people to go online
CNN
and look.
CNN and BuzzFeed have a lot in common. You both were absolutely convinced and told all of your viewers that Hillary Clinton was going to win this election. That's
you
why.
can't
And
stick
why
to
is that
what you
relevant,
can't stick to
Kellyanne?
what
That
we're
was 2
talking about
months ago.
now.
Oh,
Okay.
no. This is what we're talking about because the excitement, the fury about hacking reached a fever pitch after the election results were neither what was expected or desired by CNN, President Obama, Hillary Clinton, and the whole crew. Okay, if cybersecurity was such a big priority to this administration and the Democratic Party and its apologists in the media, then why didn't we do more about it over the last 8 years? Why, when 21 million personnel files were hacked of innocent Americans through the Office of Personnel Management by China, President Obama basically gave them a slap on the wrist. Now we're all
I know you like to
about
pivot. I get it,
cybersecurity.
and I want you to have the.
That's actually real news. That actually happened.
Okay.
That's not unsourced, unnamed.
I guess what you still have not answered.
Allegations.
I guess what you still haven't
What's the
answered though
question,
is what
Anderson?
isn't inaccurate in our reporting, because you said you weren't in the briefing. You don't know if what we're reporting is true or not. You weren't in the briefing, and I guess you haven't heard anything about what was in the briefing from anybody who was there. Can you deny that we reported, not what BuzzFeed, all that unsubstantiated stuff, which we're not reporting, what we reported, how can you say it's not true?
I think if you link to something on your website, you're reporting it.
Okay, again, you're not
giving
answering
it
the question.
credibility.
How can you say it's not true?
No, hold on. You can't say you're not reporting it if it's on your website, if it's on CNN.com.
You can't answer this question. What is inaccurate about our reporting?
Here's the answer. If the 4 intelligence officials that gave the top secret briefing last week that some fools think they should leak to the media when it's a top secret intelligence briefing for a reason so that we're all protected, everybody, then why, according to your own report last night, report used as a loose word here, why did they not tell the president-elect about it? Because your own reporting says that there's no confirmation that they briefed him orally. If it was so
I appreciate you acknowledging that.
And it's worthy, well, hold on. If it's worthy of a CNN screaming headline that became this huge fake news story, then why did they not brief him? They had an opportunity. They were here in Trump Tower. Why didn't they tell him if it was so important? You know what it's important
I don't have the
It's
answer to
important
that.
to politics,
We don't
not
have,
intelligence. I have the answer.
We
it's
report on
important
what
to
we know
politics,
and
not
what
intelligence.
we report on what our sources are telling us and what our sources said. We could not get any confirmation of whether or not this was verbally discussed, and we acknowledge
And why
that.
run with it? Why
Because
release it
if it's
first and report
significant
it
enough to
sometime
be
in the future?
If it's significant enough to be in the briefing documents, then it seems significant. The fact that whether it's not true, for whatever the reason, they decided to have it be in the briefing documents, that is news.